Hi everyone, my name is Miss Marr. As most of you know, I'm a member of the Geography Department. So I'm just going to bring you through a short presentation about studying geography for the Leaving Cert. I'll give you an overview of why you should or possibly shouldn't take geography as a Leaving Cert subject. I'll briefly discuss what the course involves. I'll share some thoughts and opinions from current 5th and 6th year students on their experience of Leaving Cert geography, and we'll explore a couple of future career choices that geography lends itself to. Here are a couple of reasons that you should choose geography as a Leaving Cert subject. You enjoyed it for Junior Cert. Okay, so Leaving Cert geography very much continues from Junior Cert. So if you have an interest in it already, it would be good to continue it. You'll do better at a subject that you enjoy and it won't take as much effort to work at it. If you've an interest in the physical and human world and you enjoy figuring out how the world is formed, the different cultures in the world, economies and populations of the world, this subject is definitely for you. If you enjoy using map reading skills and practical skills, Leaving Cert geography will continue to develop these skills. So it is helpful if you kind of enjoy doing them now. If you want to find out about more about local, national and international issues, and we look at issues that are, prevalent in Ireland and worldwide. So an interest in current affairs would definitely help. Do not choose geography, I suppose, if you think it is an easy subject. Okay, there are no easy Leaving Cert subjects, and geography often gets this kind of reputation, but it does require a lot of learning and a lot of remembering of facts. So if this is something that you don't enjoy or you find quite difficult, it may not be the subject for you. As I said already, the material that we cover is similar to what you've done for Junior Cert. So if you don't like it in Junior Cert, you're not going to like it for Leaving Cert. If you have no interest in how the world works, you might prefer a more hands-on approach. Sometimes practical subjects might be more to your strength. So then this may not be the right choice for you. And if you don't like writing detailed answers in essay form, okay, the answers are much longer and more developed than your Junior Cert answers. So a typical answer for Leaving Cert geography is about a page long, and you need to do about 8 of those, 8 to 10 of those in the Leaving Cert exam. Okay, I'm going to talk you through now what does the Leaving Cert course actually involve, okay, and what it entails. So you will spend most of 5th year studying physical geography. And this area will be really familiar to you as most of the topics are covered at junior cycle. So you will build on your knowledge of earthquakes, volcanoes, rivers, the sea, weathering and much more. All of the words on the screen there will probably ring a bell at some point. So you'll just be developing your knowledge of this. Towards the end of 5th year, you'll then start to focus on regional geography. And this involves in-depth study of some regions of the world. These include Ireland, France, Italy and India. And you'll explore the physical geography in these regions. You'll look at their primary, secondary and tertiary activities. And then you'll also look at the cultures and migration patterns in this region. And this area is pretty new, will be pretty new to you. You won't have done as much of it for Junior Cert. Another area is human geography, and this includes looking specifically at population studies, resources that countries have, how cities develop, the developed and the developing world. And again, you'll look at Irish and international examples in this section. So as many of you already know, the field study is a very important aspect of the Leaving Cert course. It accounts for 20% of your Leaving Cert grade. Generally, we complete this at the end of 5th year, and you take a day trip to Capure in County Wicklow to complete a river study. It's an enjoyable day out where you complete lots of different tasks in the river. And then once this is completed, I suppose this is where the hard work starts. You will then complete a report booklet back in school, about 20 pages long. It contains sketches and it explains what you did on the day. This is a great start to the Leaving Cert grade because it does mean that you have, 20% kind of completed, and therefore your written exam is 80% in June of 6th year. And the final aspect that you cover in the Leaving Cert course is culture and identity. And this section is specifically for higher level students only. You will do this towards the end of 6th year. This section looks at language, religion, culture of countries around the world, and conflict that arises between states. It's a very contemporary section that covers very up-to-date current affairs in the world. So here are some quotes from current 5th year students who are obviously nearly finished 5th year. And these are a couple of the thoughts that they've had. So one student said, "Geography teaches me things about the world that I did not know before." Another said, "I think it's interesting to understand once I keep up with the work." And this is important. You do need to stay up to date with homework and study to stay on top of the material. Another student said, I would recommend it to third years as you already have an idea and a foundation of what the subject consists of. And as I said earlier, if you do enjoy Junior Cert Geography, you have a very good foundation there. And finally, another student said, it makes me excited to travel in the future. So through looking at lots of different case studies, you're introduced to lots of areas around the world, and this might inspire you to travel and want to go further afield. And I also gathered opinions from sixth year students. Okay, so they're already finished their Leaving Cert course at this stage, and here are their opinions. So one student said the field trip was quite a fun experience and the staff were very nice and interactive. And this was nearly the only time, unfortunately, that students got to leave the school this school year. So we did have a very good, enjoyable day out. It's a really well run a day up in Capure Education Centre. Another student says, if you apply yourself and learn the notes, it will be easier to do well in. So it's best to sort of start that in fifth year. As soon as you come in, get stuck in and start learning. It's a perfect subject for logical thinkers and people who like when things just make sense and are reasonable. If you are interested, then the learning part is easy. Okay, that kind of speaks for itself. And finally, again, another field study opinion. I enjoyed the field study the most. It was interesting to visually see river features outside rather than just reading them in the textbook. So it definitely adds another dimension to your geography experience. The next few slides, I'm not going to read through all of them, but you can have a look there. The next few slides give a very large overview of the possible careers that can come from studying geography. So they range from a climatologist, a meteorologist, a town planner, an aid worker, a teacher, a politician, an economic advisor, an environmental officer, a geologist, a statistician, a tour guide. The list goes on. So ultimately, there are a huge range of opportunities and possibilities that come from studying geography in school, and possibly then even further if you wanted to continue in college. In some cases, geography can be counted as a science subject when you're applying for college courses, but just double check with your guidance counsellor that it does actually qualify. And finally, just to recap, so choose geography if you genuinely like it. Be prepared to work hard. It will give you a very broad understanding of the world and kind of a general knowledge of world events. You will gain a good knowledge of how the world functions. And the skills that you learn are transferable into the future. So things like research skills, writing skills, processing different things, that's all transferable into different careers going forward. So I hope that you've gained a good bit of information about what to expect when studying geography at Leaving Cert. If you have any further questions about the course, you can drop me an email. As you see it there on the screen, omar@closhdachiron.com, and I'll try and help you out if there's anything specific that that wasn't covered in the presentation that you want to find out. Thanks for watching, and I'm sure I'll see some of you next year.